Yep. Right again in this video, man. Hey, man, we got criminal law reacts to Speaking Knockerz Rico story part 1 through 3. First and foremost, I say RP Speaking Knockerz. You know that. You know that. What I was gonna say. I need a haircut. I need to wash my hair. No cap. I'm finna do that as soon as I'm done with these videos. I'm finna wash my hair. No cap. But and I ain't doing. And I'm not coming on. No cap. What I was gonna say though. What was I finna say, bro? Oh yeah, I said RP Speaking. I was like, now Rico story is one of the hardest. One of the hardest songs to come out. You know, the song was raw. You know, no cap. He used to stay bumping that, you know, when he was alive and all that. But hey man, look though, I ain't coming to do all the time, man. Hey man, look, man, y'all know what we came here to do, man. Y'all know what we didn't come here to do, man. We came here to get straight to the point. What we didn't come to do, man, is all that other stuff, man. With that being said, man, let's get right to the video. And I ain't putting on no do-rag. It is what it is. It ain't biz or it is.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts, where I am a board-certified criminal defense lawyer and reacting to some rap music, stories of the day. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and want to just put a shout-out to our supporters, Michael Rivers, the producer of this channel, J-Lap from Cram, who gives us our intro, very fire. And I want to thank all of our supporters. We're nearing 270,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
7,000.
I got to you when you had like, how you before you had 100.
Want to just also talk about some of the comments. You know, we're trying to get to some requests. We can't get to all of them, obviously.
For sure.
We're kind of knocking them out as we go. But keep your comments respectful. I like to read some of the ones that are in the held for review section, and when I see, hey fellas, shut the fuck up, you know, and you know, that kind of stuff. Who does that serve? That just shows a lack of respect and a lack of intelligence. If you got something disrespectful to say it, but say it in a very insightful, intelligent, non-shut the fuck up way. Because if all you're gonna say is shut the fuck up, then maybe you should shut the fuck up. So today we're gonna react to Rico.
This is crazy.
I haven't seen this, so this was our producer put this together for us. So let's just dive into it, shall we?
You thought he was gonna play?
All right. He ain't got no money. He just lost his job. He got no choice but to jug and rob. Bullshit.
You know that.
Always have a choice, because that's what they call short money. You rob somebody, yeah, you get some money for the night, maybe. Maybe that's what you need, but you always have a choice.
You know that.
Now let's go rob a bank. How great of an idea is that?
That's the
Oddly
dumbest thing
enough,
to do.
If somebody has is that down and out, they're probably not going to have the greatest plan to rob a bank.
You know that.
Robbing a bank is one of the hardest things to get away with. In federal court, you can get quite a number. I've tried one bank robbery case in my career, and my guy was the bank robber or the getaway driver, and you know, he was convicted pretty quickly, and he was offered a deal without snitching. And he wound up getting what they call a trial tax at the end of it. So, robbing a bank, not a good idea.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing you can do. That's the stupid, like, bro. You might as well go ahead and just get ready to take your time, bro.
Just because she stays inside doesn't mean that she's absolved of any guilt. She's aiding and abetting, otherwise conspiring, which means she's just as responsible for the underlying crime as the person's committing it.
For sure. Then he opened up the door.
So now you enter a gun into the situation where you have a bank robbery. So that automatically, where you have a gun, present during the commission of a violent crime, that's an 84-month mandatory minimum.
But that is 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. That's 7 years. That's 7 years through the door. Not even with all your other convictions. That's tough.
Okay, there's another crime, threat of violence, and all this is going to be on video, and,
Okay.
and on likelihood of audio.
You know that.
While the teller's sitting there.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What is this?
On the floor, she just presses a button, and the cops are on their way. And you don't even know it.
Yeah, factuals.
Okay, if you're running away with $100,000 in your hands, guess what? The cops like to go after the person who's running.
Mm-hmm. Spread your feet, sir. You turned around and saw that it was Tisha. Damn.
So it looks like Tisha set him up.
You know that.
You can't be too careful in who you trust and who you don't trust.
That's factual.
Rule number one for all you guys out there: never trust a woman that would call the cops on you. You shouldn't be with a woman that would, and never be with somebody who you would have to call the cops on.
Take the facts. I'll never call the police on no female.
Well, his bond would be $1 million, but in all likelihood, he'd be held without bail. In the federal system, as we know with NBA YoungBoy, you can be held without bail in the federal system. They don't have to give you a bond because there's a presumption on a case like this that there is no bond. You have, but it's a rebuttable presumption. So that what that means is that the defendant has to come forward and give the reasons that justify letting him out. And if you committed a violent crime like this with a gun at a bank, terrorizing the shit out of people, a judge is not going to let you out.
You know that. I feel like they give you a bond because they know you're going to just bomb right out. Like, you know, I got it, I'm out. Like Chopper, NLA Chopper, he was smiling in his mugshot.
Okay, so if Pedro's paying Rico's bond, $1 million, so you got to come up with 10% of that, typically $100,000.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do that for free? Probably not. So
you know they not.
Before telling where this is going, and I haven't seen this before, so I can tell you where this is going. Started moving bricks. So you know what bricks are, right?
Yeah, you know that.
Of course you do. Drugs. So one of the dumbest things you could possibly fucking do is somebody puts you in charge with the plug, the person who's the source for the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to jail, and all of a sudden you're gonna go talk to Pedro. Well, guess what? Pedro, all that shit is on the fucking telephone. All that's recorded. So how hard is it going to be to? And then you're on video too, walking into the jail. So you think you're just having a conversation to get your next setup, and really now you're involved in a conspiracy.
You learn something new every day.
That fast money off the cocaine, that's short money. Short money.
It is.
Short money is bad money.
It is.
I don't care who you are. You got a dream? Follow that dream. Don't go for the short money.
Better listen. Y'all gonna see. Tony Montana.
Well, now Rico has made a bad decision even worse because he's out on bond and now he's in the drug game heavy.
It was.
Okay, So most of the time, these drug cases are snitch cases.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, I can tell they almost all start from snitches.
Okay.
I had one case where my client was sitting in the front seat of his passenger car, passed out, with a mountain of cocaine sitting on his lap, on a fucking clipboard, and the cops are, buddy, I guess you're kind of fucked now. I mean,
no, for real. How did you do that? Wait, was he the dealer, or was he the one doing it? How do you do that? He must have been zooted and booted. No cap. He must have been zooted and booted. No, cause how do you do that? How? Yeah, he must have been too fried. He like, I can't do this, bro.
Most of these cases start with snitches, and this is no different. And especially when all of a sudden you get stopped for a traffic stop, which is probably a bullshit stop anyway, and then I can smell marijuana in the car.
You know.
And then they find some other bullshit reason to toss the car, and guess what? See you later. All right. So then at the end of the song, he grabs this llama, which I assume is one of these, and he kills his baby's mama with his llama. Very artistic. But you go from being broke and not having any fucking money to robbing a bank, making a plan to rob a bank, getting set up by your girlfriend, and then getting into the drug game, and then now you kill your baby's mama. So
Okay.
now you've gone from just having some financial difficulties to all of a sudden committing a murder one, or probably murder two. It could be murder one because you could form premeditation in the blink of an eye, actually.
Yeah.
But just bad decision after bad decision. So should we get into part two?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we watch part two? All right, let's dissect part two and see how much worse this can get for this guy. Catchy though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do. That's why this song was so hard when it first came out.
Damn is right.
You know that.
It's the speaker Knockerz. Rico on the run, he just shot a cop. He saw himself on TV, it was 6 o'clock. He running low on money, he back selling rocks.
So now Rico's on the run. When you're on the run, it ain't no fun.
It's
I
not.
just had some clients that came back from Mexico, courtesy of the U.S. government. And you wind up getting super isolated because you don't have any money, and you nobody wants to be around you because
Hell no.
you're a target.
He don't go nowhere without AKs and Glocks. He got a call from Pedro, said he out of prison. Pedro said he ready, what's up with them chickens? Rico said, nigga, you don't see me on the news. He said he's so confused, what the fuck to do? Pedro told Rico he fly him to Brazil.
So now he's let's see, where are we at? So we get to the bank robbery.
Yeah.
We have dealing dope
Mm-hmm.
and
That's a haircut.
murder.
Hellcats and
now-
track house.
We've got him fleeing the country. One of the things when you flee, they use that as evidence against you
Yeah.
for consciousness of guilt. So what you did, you fled because you knew you were guilty. And so now he's back with Pedro, who ain't going to do him any favors. I don't think this is going to end well for Rico.
Rico said, hell no, you tryna get me killed. Pedro said, just come, you got a couple mil.
You know, it's the short money again.
Yeah.
Pedro's saying, come on, you're fine, no problem. What's going to happen is, they're worried about a loose end, where they're worried about him becoming a snitch.
Okay.
So they're going to try to entice him to come to them, and then he becomes fertilizer.
Said, alright, I can't turn down that deal. Rico on the plane thinking about that cash. Met a bitch named Nikki and she stupid bad. Nikki told Rico that
That's a police stuff. You know that's a police.
So this is another dynamic that I see quite often, where guys make really dumb decisions based upon a hot woman.
Yeah.
Behind every
They got
gorgeous
powers
woman,
over
guess
us.
what? There's a guy kicking himself. Why the fuck did I get in touch with her? You got to have something more than just looks. You got to
That's
have,
true.
you know, a decent job, education,
Yep.
personality.
Yep.
You have to have some moral code.
Yep.
You just can't just be a hot piece of ass.
You know that. You're gonna be right back where you was. You hear me?
Oh, damn. Oh, well, what? He got set up again by a fucking woman.
I told you. I know she the police. That's some police stuff.
Rico fucking spazzed out. Grabbed the chopper and said, fuck it, busting caps now.
Okay. Getting into a firefight with cops is never a good idea.
Of course not.
Cops are
Trained.
notoriously motivated by violence. This ain't gonna end well for Rico, I think.
Bullets flying through the trap house. Got shot a couple times, but he ain't tapped.
That's some Tony Montana stuff.
He ain't tapped out yet. What's gonna happen, do you think?
Ran to the back of the house and he got in the Audi. Drove to Pedro's house, Rico was crying loudly.
Tweaking.
Looked up at the sky and it was getting cloudy. Prices on his head, he got a fucking bounty. Rico looked down, he covered in blood. Pedro ran outside like, nigga, what the fuck?
Here's the other thing. So, guess what happens when you're all full of blood after you just got in a firefight with some fucking cops and you go to somebody's house? You bring heat on them.
That's what I'm saying. Stupid.
Fuck is right.
Why would you do that? He wasn't thinking though.
Rico told Pedro that he went fucking savage. Whole lot of action, bunch of guns clapping. Pedro asked Rico, how is he still alive? Rico said, I don't know, I think I'll be just fine. Pedro told Rico about a bitch named Nikki. Rico said,
I don't know. Yeah.
Pedro said, hold on, Rico, I'm coming back. Went inside the house and grabbed the fucking strap.
Uh-oh. Grabbed a fucking strap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Rico is gonna probably regret his decision to go see Pedro.
You know that.
Rico looked down, had to check his phone. Pedro came out, bang, Rico's dome.
So it looks like Rico is no more Rico.
That's what you think.
So that actually, these two parts are a good lesson in making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision based on what you think crime can benefit you. Sometimes crime does benefit people.
It do.
Most of the time it doesn't.
Okay.
It's better to not have to look at your back. And this all just came because he had some financial hardships, you know. But sometimes people think they're backed into a corner.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there's a part 3 to this. Do you guys want part 3?
You know that. We might as well finish it.
All right, we'll do part 3.
Yeah, you know that. Let's get to it.
I didn't expect this. I thought Rico would be dead, but Rico's still alive.
Yeah. Superhuman.
Rico can't move, Rico can't talk. The doctor said he might not be able to walk.
Paralyzed.
One bullet in his head, 5 in his back.
Bullet in his head, 5 in his back. And this is so common nowadays. You know, we've been talking about smoking ops and, you know, in some of these songs, you know, the Who I Smoke and When I See You. And, you know, this is kind of a manifestation of you know, kind of a more of a detailed story of that kind of violence.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't condone the violence at all. I, you know, there was a difference in my reaction to Who I Smoke and to When I See You. And it was because it, you know, when I really liked Who I Smoke for the setting that it was in and the actual song and what it sounded like.
Yeah.
The content of it didn't really hit me until we did When I See You. And I saw those guys at the gravesite. Or whether it was their actual gravesite, but it was a mausoleum. And I just thought, you know, this violence and violence to the end is something to really. You guys can all change that. You know,
Nah.
change in your little circle. If
It take a lot for a person to change. Like, he gotta become rich in some more stuff, bro. 'Cause if he's still on the same stuff, it ain't no change in him, dog. You disrespected his brother and some more stuff, and that. Even if they do get rich, that still ain't gonna change nothing. You know what I'm saying? You disrespected it's over. It's over.
270,000 people who watch this channel. If every single one of those people within their little circle did something to change that violence, we could make a big force in this country.
Anybody gonna do that though? Oh yeah, sound about right. That's what Tony Montana did.
By the way, that comment about him being high on crack. If you're high on crack, you can take all kinds of bullets. I mean, maybe you've seen that scene in Scarface where he's totally doped up on cocaine, and why don't you say hello to my little friend?
Bro.
And he doesn't feel it because he's, cocaine and crack is it's a pain suppressant.
He thought Rico was trying to play him like a fool. See, Pedro thought for Rico was the fucking feds. So Pedro shot that nigga in the fucking head. When Pedro was in jail, he met an agent. It was Nikki, she started interrogate.
So Nikki was an agent.
I knew that. It sounded about right.
If you think about Facebook and all the networks of people, the feds have the same kind of thing. Like, let's say this guy gets busted with some dope, and they say, okay, if you give us 3 people, we'll let you go. And then so he narcs on 3 people, and then those 3 people, and all of a sudden, before you know it, they've got a network of snitches all over the fucking place. And there's no real safe way to use or deal. So you never know when you're dealing with somebody new, whether they're a Fed or not. I am not a Fed at all. I see that comment every once in a while, and that's the dumbest thing I could ever hear you guys say. I am a criminal defense lawyer, and the reason I do this channel is to inform, so you guys don't make the same fucking mistakes that Rico made. Rico's made some bad choices.
Pedro was silent, Nikki no patience. Nikki said, alright, ain't seen him a day since. Pedro can't fucking sleep. He said, fuck it, booked the flight, and then he grabbed his keys. Grabbed his suitcase, $100 bills. Made some phone calls, shit about to get real.
See, now Pedro's on the run because he somehow got in it with Nikki, and so now Pedro's got the drug trafficking shit, he's got the other shit, and now he's got Nikki after him. Now he's fleeing the country.
Yeah.
Weeks go by and Rico started feeling good. Rico think he about to go back to the hood. He told the doctors he was leaving, they like, no you're not. He about to go to jail
For killing the cop.
damn. Oh my god. Rico in the back of a fucking cop car. He crying, he know he about to do some fucking time.
He can't think straight. Rico going crazy. He losing his mind.
That stress, I've seen that before. It's real. And it's like, what now?
Nothing.
All from bad decisions.
You can't do nothing. It's over at that point.
It's remarkable how vivid this song is, and how kind of realistic it is in terms of the escalation of bad decisions, and the consequences that await you if you make those bad decisions on a regular basis.
The other niggas on the jail bus, riding on the bridge in the jail bus. A whole bunch of cars around the jail bus. Rico looked around, he hear explosions and shit.
This is not common.
Yeah, of course it's not.
Speaking, whenever you're transported by the feds, first of all, nobody knows when or where you're going to be transported. Even like if they're transporting one of my clients from jail to the court or jail to anywhere, I don't even know. and they don't tell you because they don't want this kind of stuff to happen.
Somebody cracked his handcuffs, open this shit. He turned around and saw that it was Pedro and shit. They strapped up Pedro, told Rico to lay low and shit. SWAT arrived, they letting them AKs blow and shit. Nikki there, she got her fucking face blown and shit.
Okay, so we got a federal agent being killed. So that is a death penalty.
Yeah.
Cops, he saying prayers and shit. Too much gunfire, them boys Rico and Pedro got lit.
So that was Rico's story, parts 1, 2, and 3 by Speaker Knockerz, and I think it does a really good job of creating a story, and I don't think one of the ways to look at this, this is clearly art. I believe I don't have any reason to believe it's not. It's self-snitching or connected to anything else. It's just it's just a nice, like a mob movie kind of
Right.
And
Story.
which I love. Mob movies are my favorite. I'll probably do some reactions to some mob movies, and maybe even to some lawyer movies. But it is something to watch, and I think you can apply the lessons learned in this series of the story of what not to do in your daily life. And remember what I said? I said build. Always be building. Building every day.
For sure.
If you have a dream, go after it. Build. Build, build, build. Build your relationships. Build your education. Build your financial future. And build on what you want tomorrow to look like and make life happen. Don't let life happen to you. So this has just been my comments on Rico's story, parts 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter.
Getting too goddamn greedy, man.
We'll talk to you next time.
Hey, man, y'all be smooth easy, man. Keep your head up, man.